Welcome to GC Cars. My name is Eric and today we are going to take a night POV test drive on this 2020 Mercedes-Benz EQS 580. But before we do that, let's take a quick look at the exterior of this almost 100 or actually, I don't know the price yet. Somewhere around $170,000 Canadian electric vehicle, which is quite the big deal, as you probably imagine. Anyhow, that's the exterior. I'm going to show you all the stats on your right hand side. What we're going to do in this night POV test drive? Well, we are going to test those headlights and the high beams and the automatic high beams today, see how well they work and how well they illuminate the road. And of course, it's just going to be a very relaxed drive overall. We're going to take a look at the ambient lighting and enjoy the plethora of lights Mercedes put in here. And look at this, the tail lights. Look how it goes down and up and then kind of wraps around. It's a bit like a spiral. There's some more reflectors down here. It does look very nice in terms of like the lighting and the aesthetics. And of course, I parked it a little further away so we can walk around without making the interior dirty. One more thing we're also going to do during this night POV test drive is we're going to go for a braking test at 60 kilometers an hour, roughly 35 miles an hour. As you can see, it is wet, so it's not really comparable to what maybe we've done in other POV test drives and other braking tests, but it's just, you know, like a test I was asked to do, so I shall comply. But before we get going, I just want to quickly say, if you want to hear all my thoughts about this Mercedes-Benz EQS 580 and see if it's worth $170,000, make sure to check out my full review in the top right hand corner of your screen, where we talk about the interior, the exterior, we drive it plenty, and of course we're gonna have a whole lot of fun, as we always do. Check that out. Anyhow, let's go driving. Make sure that we keep as much moisture outside as we can. And well, welcome to the interior. I've set the ambient lighting to blue, which is not something I would normally use, but let me just turn it off. It is the most intense and it looks the best on video. We can go through them a little later on. As you can see, we even have lighting along the seats. It is quite frankly the most insane lighting setup I've had in any car. It looks very cool. And of course we have the hyper screen. We have screen number 1, screen number 2, and screen number 3. And we have a screen, because this is fully optioned, in this little backrest seat. We have a tablet you can pop out to control the rear seats and the audio and whatever the rear passenger might want to control. But we're going to keep one light on for now. We're going to turn it off a little later, just so you have a little bit more that you can actually look at. With that being said, let's buckle up and go drive. We of course have quite the amount of cameras here for your viewing pleasure and making sure that you do not damage this car, which would be quite a shame actually. But it looks very good. Very high resolution and nice model of the EQS. Anyhow, let's get driving. And we also have, you can see it, 4-wheel steering. That's why our turning circle is so small. You can see it's good if I can show you this in the camera. See the wheel? There you go. Anyhow, let's drive forward and go actually driving. I've already enabled the automatic high beams, so you will see them turn on in a bit here. It is a little misty though, but we'll see how it copes. There you go. Our headlights, our high beams, pardon me, fade on, as you can see from the inside out. Nice little animation. And as you just saw, it tracks cars. So even if we have cars ahead, we can still have our high beams enabled, sometimes even on the highway, because it tracks cars and will disable, well, turn off wherever like the individual LEDs are that point at the car. It's amazing tech. I love it. Nobody's blinded and you can see so much more. Like, it's great. It's great. That's what you expect from an EQS, right? Okay, this is an EQS. You want to see the lights. Let's do that. It is pretty fancy. And we can change them. Just hold this for a second. Comfort. Ambient lighting. I kind of like Miami Rose and Malibu Sunset. They do look very cool. This would look amazing with a white interior. Normally I kind of go for Red Moon, and there's Purple Sky. Unfortunately, it's not an option. Purple Sky is my favorite one. The green's kind of cool as well. as you can see. And of course we can also go for like monochrome, so we can have it like all pink, purple, or whatever you prefer. But let's go back to this one, ultramarine, because it just looks the coolest on camera. As you can see, the high beams are still on, but the car is tracking the car in the opposite lane and turning off the individual LEDs. As soon as we pass that car, we're going to go for our braking test. Like I said, 60 kilometers an hour, roughly 35 miles an hour. Actually, we do have 30 we have a mile per hour gauge, so it's 37 miles an hour. So as soon as we pass them, and let's go for a brake test. That was really good. That was really good. Like, I got flung forward, the seatbelt tensioned up instantly, held me in place even before I was able to really slide forward. Well done. And that is on a moist, well, wet, it's not even moist anymore, on a wet surface. And a car that is very heavy. We weigh almost 6,000 pounds in here, about 5,800 pounds because it's an electric vehicle. Not bad, Mercedes. Not bad. Anyhow, we do want to do a little comparison of high beams and no high beams, so let's turn off the high beams. Perfect timing with that car. And this is headlights, high beams, headlights, high beams, headlights, high beams. And what you will notice is there's a lot of illumination to the sides too. So if you have animals standing off maybe in a field, of course there's a little limited right here, in a field, and you can see them pretty easily. Well thought out overall. But I'm going to just stay quiet for a little bit so you can actually hear how it is to drive this EQS. Oh, one second. Heated seats. And hey Mercedes.
How may I help you?
Massage me.
I'm sorry, can you say that again, please?
Turn on massage.
I'm switching on the massage for you.
Little leg up there. Starting to rain now. Here you see our light that goes into corners. Now it fades out again. It's quite the puddle in here. We want to slow down for that. might as well use the electricity here for a second while we have a stop sign. And forward. Oh, what? Oh, was my equipment in the back. Hope nothing was wrecked. But it should be fine. Everything's pretty sturdy. Anyhow, it's just very tempting with these electric cars, right? Always very tempting. But anyhow, that will conclude our night POV test drive. You have this 2022 Mercedes-Benz EQS 580. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you enjoyed it, make sure to like and subscribe, because we upload videos every single week about all sorts of cars, from luxury EVs to budget cars and trucks and sports cars, literally everything. We review it all, so make sure to like and subscribe not to miss any more videos. And if you want to see more about the EQS, we have 2 more POV test drives. One in the city where we test kind of the smoothness of the EV mode, we test the recuperations and the 4-wheel steering a little bit more in depth, and one on the highway where we test all the assist systems that this EQS offers. But like I said, for all my thoughts, make sure to click somewhere on the screen right now for my full review. Anyhow, thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked it, and I hope I'll see you in the next one. Thank you and goodbye.